guys, one sec. Yeah, welcome back. Last week we made some amazing progress on the song. It's developed quite significantly. We've got a whole new section in there. This offbeat kind of reggae feel, which just totally transformed the song. Really good suggestion, as you might have guessed with the Bob Marley shirt on as well, is into a bit of reggae. So maybe what we can do is we can start talking about dynamics. We can also add in some more lyrics as well. So that would be the best thing we could do with the time. It was okay. Try that. Okay, excellent. Okay, all right then. Do you want to count us in? Excellent, excellent stuff. Okay.
I've always been around music, and it's been a lifesaver. It's undoubtedly had a massive positive impact on my life.
Vijay, how's it going? Excellent. Yeah, I'm just on my way back. It went really, really well, actually. I was really stoked with the session today. Brilliant. All right, I'll catch you very soon. Okay, Vijay.
The idea started either late 80s or early 90s, where they would deliver workshops to people living with a disability. The core concepts came from my dad. He's very dedicated to well-being of people. He really is on a mission to do what he can to improve people's well-being and existence.
Vijay.
Hey, Vijay, mate.
How's it going, all right?
Great. How'd it go today?
Yeah, really good. Thanks for the compliment.
No worries. They're moving forward with their composition then.
Absolutely. Yeah. Each week is considerable progression. How's things anyway with you?
Oh, everything's really good. Yeah,
Nice.
really good.
Yeah.
One thing that I think is most impressive is the way you use the learning techniques from hockey. Every instrument you learned seemed like you were able to, speed learning is what I would call it.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I had a good coach.
So, what you've got on today?
I'm going to go meet some researchers, actually, from Oxford Brookes, and they're going to talk to me a little bit about the benefits of music on our well-being and language acquisition, and yeah, so really looking forward to seeing what they've got to say.
How it goes.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
When life deals you a losing hand, remind yourself you'll bounce right back, so come on.
Music absolutely makes life sing.
Lift your feet.
There's nothing a better feeling than on a sunny day having a song on that resonates with you. It's just infectious. And you feel like you have to move. I don't know what there is that could replace music.
Hi Izzy, Thanks for coming in.
And good to see you.
Yeah, I really
Thanks
appreciate
for finding
you.
the time to
Of course, yeah.
meet up. Yeah, you been well?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
So, well, for the past 12 years, we've been running a music project which gets people into groups, and in real time, they create original music and perform live, and we set targets and kind of monitor those, but we use those as benchmarks to track progress.
Okay.
In terms of the participants, what they're really just aware of is how much fun the process is.
Yes.
And so is there quite a lot of research surrounding so a well-being, I suppose we could put it in that way, and music? Is there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one to measure, I think.
Sure.
There's a lot to be done, but the work that there is definitely suggests positive benefits. And there's lots of really interesting evidence that engaging with music can decrease the amount of activation in the part of your brain called the amygdala, which is associated with sort of negative things, fear. It dampens that down and sort of ramps up the sort of pleasure areas of the brain.
So it kind of enhances a more positive experience within the brain.
Right, yeah. And then the other thing, I suppose, is when you practice music, which is what you're training people to do, is very associated with neuroplasticity. When you become a musician or you learn some music, it actually increases the connections between different brain areas and sort of can actually change the volume of your brain.
Amazing.
So if you compare musicians to non-musicians, there's vast differences.
So what I'm taking from this is that everybody should play an instrument.
Yeah, so one of the ways that we measure sort of how people are feeling, well-being, is survey measures, so we ask people a standard set of questions. So I was wondering, would you be willing to take some of the survey questions and just tell us a bit more about your experiences?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for chatting to me today.
Thank you.
So when we're looking at well-being with participants in research, we often use sort of standardized scales to assess well-being. If you could help me by answering some of the questions from the scale, thinking about as if you've just been playing music, thinking about how you feel when you're playing music. Basis,
Sure.
please.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you. So I've been feeling optimistic about the future.
Yeah, often I'd say, yeah.
I've been feeling useful.
Again, yeah, often it fluctuates, but I'd have to say often, yeah.
I've been feeling relaxed.
This one, yeah, often. Yeah.
Okay. I've been dealing with problems well.
Okay, no, not often. Yeah, I would say some of the time.
So can you tell me about when you started playing music and how you got into it and what your sort of journey or trajectory has been?
Yeah, sure. It's quite an interesting journey. As I was growing up, I lived in recording studios, which is a wild experience. A place called Music City on the Old Kent Road, which was an old chocolate factory. My dad and my uncle, and they formed a cooperative and they took it over. So yeah, that was an amazing experience to grow up in that environment, although not great for my personal development because it gave me the opportunity to be a bit of a tearaway. I felt like I rebelled quite a lot, and during that rebellion period just was making some questionable choices. But eventually, when the pain of existence got too much and the life choices, the repercussions of the life choices stacked up, I kind of crawled back to my dad, and they presented me with this opportunity where I could actually help people, and it just instantly ignited a passion and an enthusiasm to wanting to do music, and it's been a lifesaver, quite honestly. I think that if it hadn't have been the case, I don't know where I'd be.
A lot of people will kind of feel like, okay, they're similar, but one is more important than the other, I think pretty much anyone you would meet would say language is more important than music. But what we're starting to find now is that there is so much overlap between the two. I mean, even in your brain, like if you think of your brain as millions and thousands of tiny networks that are all crisscrossing over and all connected to help you make associations between things. The networks that help you to use your language and understand language and interpret it are very similar to those that are active when you're listening to music and differentiating between songs. So in your brain, there's this great overlap between these two parts, which makes sense when, you know, when babies are born, they don't really distinguish between speech and music.
That makes a lot of sense from a non-researcher's perspective, but having experience with music, you can see the strong connection that exists there.
There's a ton of research that's coming out that's saying that if we train people with music, this can help them with their language. Training people on not even necessarily music, but sounds, so playing different tones and different pitches to them can help them to like really enhance their phoneme awareness.
Right.
How you are able to recognize and manipulate the sounds in the language that you use. And this is like super interesting when it comes to people that have language disorders. For example, with people with specific language impairment, if you train them with music, they kind of get just as good benefits as if they receive traditional speech therapy.
Wow. I feel incredibly supported and incredibly lucky working with Science Together. Hiya.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, good. Good to see you. How are you?
How's it going?
Yeah, really good, thank you. To have access to some of the greatest minds in the world it's just, I just count my lucky stars every day just for that opportunity.
With food distribution, we've had one group looking at loneliness in the older generation and inspiring technology. We've had another group looking at sickle cell anemia.
Cheers.
Rejai?
Rejai, I mean, what you saying?
Not much, man. Just back at the studio. I was just playing around on the drums a little bit. Really enjoying this drum kit, actually.
Yeah, I've been trying to find out more about wireless systems, see if we can get several instruments happening at once instead of having all that spaghetti wire all over the place.
Definitely, yeah. How did you find the session?
Brilliant, really good as usual. Always better than expected. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing how some of them never played an instrument before, but have really launched into it with a vigor, which is great. Okay, well, I'll give you a shout in the week, and then we can have a look at some wireless systems or something like that, and just see what we can find.
Okay.
Nice one. All right then, Rejai, catch you soon.